So today I decided I wanted to do an eyebrow routine for you all. I did an eyebrow routine previously, but the last one I did was like in 2015. Obviously it's 2017 now. I think I need to do an updated one. So I just got done doing the routine, which is why my eyebrows look a little bit red if you couldn't tell. And that's also why I have my hair completely slicked back so it wouldn't get in my face. So yeah. But I hope you guys enjoy the brow routine. If you do, give it a big thumbs up and stay subscribed to my channel and follow me on my social media if you are not already. So I don't want to blabber on too much because a lot of you guys have been asking me lately how I do my brows, so I'd rather just show you. So with that being said, let's get started. My eyebrows right now, as you guys can see, they're pretty messy and nasty. So we're gonna do them today. Obviously, this is an eyebrow routine, so let's hop into it. Now, I do my brows a lot differently than a lot of people do them just because I have a certain trick that I like to do. So for the first step, you're going to be needing some sort of eyebrow filler. I prefer the Anastasia Dip Brow because it is a pomade, so it's better to apply. Of course, a brush to apply it and then a spoolie. Anyways though, first step is that I fill in my eyebrows with this Anastasia Dip Brow actually, and this is the one in dark brown, and I actually do not use the one in dark brown. I used to when I had my darker hair, but I no longer use it because it does not match me. Sorry, I can't speak today. So I decided to start using it for my brows because once you're done using it, you literally just wipe it off, and so I don't want to use my good dip brow that I use every single day on this if it's just gonna come right off. So that's why I use this one. So all I'm gonna do to start is brush my eyebrows upwards, which you're gonna look a little bit weird right now as you can see. And then what I do is I go into the dip brow and just take a little bit on my angled brush. And what I do with this is I basically draw the shape of my brows how I want it to be. It does not need to be perfect whatsoever. As you guys can see, this is so dark and just weird looking. It's supposed to be like that. But yeah, all you want to do is just fill in your brows in the areas that you would not want the hairs like to get rid of. You know, you wouldn't want to get rid of the hairs in that area of your brow. If it's a little bit messy like mine is, it doesn't matter because we're gonna go back in and clean it up. So as you guys can see, I look absolutely ridiculous right now. I would never actually fill my eyebrows in this dark or this like Sharpie looking. Okay, now next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush my eyebrows up again. And I'm just taking a makeup remover wipe and I'm going to go around my brow and kind of just remove anything that like I messed up with. Obviously, it still doesn't have to be perfect when you do that, but you know, like over here, like you guys could see, like I went way overboard with it and that was totally fine. But now we're just going to swipe this across and just remove any of that pomade that we got in places that we actually don't want. It's kind of like shaping your brows like you would do with concealer, but with a makeup remover wipe instead. Alright, so now that we got our brows nice and shaped up, just so there isn't any of the residue of the makeup remover wipe, I'm just going to take a tissue quickly and just wipe around my brows. That way it's not gonna like, you know, stick or anything when we try to pluck or wax or do anything. You want to make sure everything is nice and dry. Alright, next step is plucking. So I'm just going to take the spoolie and brush my eyebrows way up just so I could expose those hairs underneath, like all the ones right here. I like to twist my spoolie when I'm brushing up just to make sure that all the hairs do go up because the pomade will make them sticky sometimes and make them like not want to go upwards. So I'm just doing that to make sure they all go up. That way I could get all the hairs underneath. So now I'm going in with my tweezers and I'm just going to go underneath and get all those little baby hairs. So I got some of the little hairs over here and now I'm going to move over here and get them. For some reason this eyebrow always has so many more of those like stray hairs than this one does. I don't really know why, but whatever, I guess. So I'm just going in and plucking all those hairs out. Alright, so now that I did those little arches, I'm just going to go in right here where like the straight part of my brow is and kind of just go right along that, just plucking out any random little stray hairs. Usually I don't have as many in this area, but we're just gonna go along and get those out. Alright, so there we go. We are done with the underneath. And now just to make sure that everything is clean under there, I take one of these. This is a little eyebrow razor, and you want to be gentle with this, but I just go right under my brow and just kind of clean up any little hairs that might have been there that I didn't get. So now that we are done with the underneath, we're going to move on to the top section. So now for the top, I'm going to take my spoolie and I'm going to actually brush downwards on my brow this time, which I know it looks freaking weird and it feels weird too, but it's okay. So now with my eyebrows brushed down, I'm going to go back to my little razor thing, and I'm going to go along my eyebrows and just kind of razor them down, you know, just to get rid of all the little baby hairs, because I don't really have any thick hair that goes on top. I just have the little baby ones. So I just go right along my brow, just make sure that everything is super smooth and super cleaned up. I'm just taking my hand right here also. I'm making sure I hold my skin taut, just so I can make sure like I'm not like jabbing into my skin or anything like that, because that would hurt. And now we're going to move on to the middle, because I do have darker hairs in the middle, and using this little thing does get rid of them, but I like to kind of just rip them all out at once. So I use the Sally Hansen wax strips, and this is just one of the little wax strips that I have right now. It's actually one that was cut in half, and you only need a little bit. You don't even need this much, so yeah. But anyways, I just take this and just warm it in my hand. You just kind of rub it in your palm to warm it up. Then I am taking my handy dandy little scissor here, and I'm just going to cut about that big. Make sure that fits. Actually, that's a little too big, so I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit. Now that's about a perfect size. We're gonna go left to right. So I'm just going to take this and you split it in half. There's wax on both sides. I'm going to take that and just line it up with my eyebrow right there. I'm just going to press that firmly into my skin. And now you just take it from the top and rip it downwards. I don't know if you guys could see the hair that came out, but these things work awesome. Now I'm going to take the other one and line it up with my brow on this side. I'm going to do the same exact thing. Just make sure to press it very firmly to make sure it's gonna grab the hairs. Your eyebrows will be pretty irritated after doing all this, but it's okay. And that's it for the middle. Of course, there's gonna be like some extra wax over here and here, but I'm not gonna clean that up yet because I use an oil to clean that up, and if I were to use oil right now, it would take off my eyebrows, number one, and then also I wouldn't be able to cut things because it'd be too slippery and pluck things, so we're gonna just leave the extra stickiness right now. Usually anything that the wax didn't get, I'll go with my tweezers and just tweeze it out, but it doesn't look like it missed anything. It actually looks like it got a pretty good cleaning this time, so I'm just gonna leave it. Now this next step I feel is the number one most important step that's gonna really shape your brows, and that is using your little eyebrow scissor and spoolie, and we are going to cut our eyebrows. So I'm going to start by brushing my eyebrows down, and you guys could see that the eyebrow hairs are super long. I'm not going to cut them up to where my brow is, but I'm kind of gonna just like, you know, trim the ends just a little bit, just kind of like that. It's like giving your eyebrows a mini haircut, or like cutting the base before you cut the layers. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the total opposite. I'm going to brush my eyebrows all the way up. Like I said, sometimes the pomade will make your brows stick, so make sure that you just kind of like twist the spoolie to get all of the eyebrow hairs up. And now I'm going to take my scissor again, and I am going to give it another little trim before we do all of the fancy schmancy work. Just kind of go and trim everything up. Now I'm going to whip out my better mirror so I could see very clearly. And I'm going to brush my eyebrows up like I normally do and these away. And this is where the real eyebrow shaping kind of takes place. So I'm going to take my scissor, and first I'm going to start at the front because these are where I brush my eyebrow hairs upwards. And I'm just going to go right along the line and just trim my eyebrows right across, like so. Now going back with the scissor, I'm going to go to the ends of my brow and just kind of clean those up. Just cut some hairs there, do some nice work. And there we go, that eyebrow is now complete. And now I'm going to go to my other eyebrow right here. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to kind of just cut the front, and then I am going to go and do all the fancy footwork in between. Honestly, the key with this is to keep brushing your eyebrows, because you know, you want to make sure your eyebrows are in place in the way that you want them. And if they're not, then you risk kind of messing up your eyebrows. So just make sure that your eyebrows are brushed into place in the way that you want them. Just make sure that they stay combed. Also, you want to make sure that your scissor is nice and sharp for doing this. I just sharpened my scissors before with some aluminum foil, literally to just sharpen your scissor quickly. Once you have like one of these, if it starts to dull out on you, take some aluminum foil, fold it up a couple times, and then just keep cutting with this. Just keep cutting the aluminum foil, and it will sharpen up your brush a little bit. Not your brush, your scissor. But I think we are now done. The eyebrows are nice and shaped up, and at this point, what I like to do is I like to take the oil, which is a soothing oil from Sally Hansen. It actually comes with wax, and this is going to help get the extra wax off, and also rubbing it on your eyebrows is going to help to get the the dip brow off. So I'm just going to take some of this on my finger and rub it on my eyebrow. As you guys can see, the dip brow is coming off, which is good because we want it to come off, obviously. I don't think you want to walk around with eyebrows like this. So I'm just using that. I'm just wiping my eyebrows all over just to kind of get rid of the wax, kind of soothe them, and of course, get the dip brow off. But I'm going to take my makeup wipe now, and I'm just going to wipe my brows. If I wasn't filming, usually I would kind of just let the oil sit on there for about like 5 minutes just to soothe my eyebrows before wiping away, and it helps a lot. Probably when I'm done like wrapping this video up, I'll leave the oil on a little bit. But for the purpose of this video, of course, I'm just going to make sure that everything is wiped away. Once I'm done wiping away, I'm just going to take another tissue just to dry off my brows, get rid of that residue. And then I'm going to take my spoolie and just brush my eyebrows into place. Of course, if there's any stray hairs I notice as I'm brushing, like kind of over here, there's a little bit that I missed, I just go back in with my scissor and just cut that quickly. So this is the final product of my eyebrows. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Hopefully it's pretty helpful. And yeah, that's about it. So let's just go to the end card now. So I hope you chickies enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up, stay subscribed to my channel, and follow me on my social media if you are not already. If you guys would like to see my latest video, it'll be linked on the screen as well as in the down bar below. So once again, I hope you chickies enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next video. So that being said, ciao ciao chickies. Mwah.